give me composure. Now give me that steez, now give me composure. What money can do, more money can do. Hey, now your papa money, more money can do. Hey, give me that steez, now give me composure. Hey, give me that steez, give me composure. What money can do, more money can do. Hey, now your papa money, hey, more money can do. Party day, friend me party day. I go day with the party day. To be friend me party day. Party day, friend me party day. Every day with the party day. To be friend me party day. Give me that steez, give me composure. Now give me that steez, now give me composure. What money can do, more money can do. Okay, now your papa money, more money can do. Okay, so give me that steez, now give me composure. Okay, give me that steez, so give me composure. What money can do, more money can do. Okay, now your papa money, hey, more money can do. Party day, friend me party day. I will be with the party day. So the friend me party day. Party day, friend me party day. Every day.
This is Citi 97.3.
95, 96, 97.3 Citi FM. It doesn't get any better than that. Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM. Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
Citi FM. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sammy Wiafe. Tonight, I'm here with
Eno Safo.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes.
This model aligns with what you will see on Tuesday. On that model, NDC is on 53%, MPP 47%.
The latest poll by the Global Info Analytics that puts NDC's Bernard Bediako ahead with 63% in the Aquatia by-election scheduled for Tuesday, September 2nd. Tonight, we'll give you details of Musa Dankwa's latest works on the Aquatia by-election. Meanwhile, the Ghana Police Service announces a comprehensive security strategy to ensure a violent-free election.
All the good people of Aquatia, that they should come out in their numbers and exercise their franchise. The Ghana Police Service will continue to reassure them of their safety and security.
Also coming up on Eyewitness News.
When they were arrested, they cooperated fully with police throughout the investigations, and they came to plead guilty simplicity. By so doing, they did not waste the resources of the state.
Ghana cities. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Coming up in business.
Finance Minister backs fair approach to Africa's $1.3 trillion debt.
Eyewitness News is live on affiliates across the country, around the globe. We are on citinewsroom.com. Talking about affiliates, if you're in the Western region, you can hear us on Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, all in Takrady. In the Bono region, you can hear us on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, we are live on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Eastern region, we are live on Right 90.1 FM in Somenya. In the Volta region, you hear us on Holy 98.5 FM in Aflao. In the Northern region, you can hear us live on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East region, we are live on Red 88.3 FM in Zwalungu. And in the Upper West region, we are live on Bugri Radio 88.6 FM in Wa. You can join the conversation with your WhatsApp messages live on 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Now, the Global Info Analytics has projected victory for the National Democratic Congress candidate Bernard Bediako in the Aquatia by-election expected to take place on Tuesday, the 2nd of September this year. The survey conducted between August 27th and 28th with a sample size of 2,050 voters across the constituency showed Bediako ahead with his closest challenger Solomon Esumedo of the New Patriotic Party. According to the final works put together by Musa Dankwa, the Global Info Analytics, Bediako is leading with 53%, while Esumedo is trailing with 47%, placing the NDC candidate in the pole position to win the election. Musa Dankwa has been speaking on his latest work to Umaru Sanda Amadou this afternoon on the Aquatia Watch program.
In the election of Tuesday, who would you vote for? Using what we call likely voters model. Here you remove those who say they will not vote. Your view doesn't matter because you will not come in to vote.
Only those who vote.
Those who say I will vote, but I have Mr. A or Mr. B as my candidate, and those who say I am undecided, but they will vote. Using this model, NDC is 47%. MPP 42%, 11% undecided.
Bernard Bediako, I think, I'm not sure. Is he also called Beidou?
Beidou, yes.
So it's Bernard Bediako. Okay.
Yes. So on that model, Bernard Beidou or Bediako Beidou is 47%. Solomon Kwame Esumedu 42%. Osu Patrick near 0%. 11% undecided. Now, when we go forward, we do something we call the committed voters model. Here, they have pledged their vote for Mr. A and Mr. B. So if you are saying you are undecided, we discount, we put you aside and see how the race look like among those who said, I'm voting for Mr. A or Mr. B. On that model, and this normally closely aligns with the election results. This model aligns with what you will see on Tuesday. On that model, NDC is on 53%. MPP 47%, Osu Patrick near 0. This looks just like the election result last year, but in reverse.
Last year was 52%.
Point something, yes, yeah. And then 47 point something.
Do you apply the margin of error to this percentage?
Yes. So if you apply margin of error, this one could be minus 2.7, which will still put him above 50%. 50. Minus 2.7
below.
So you can add
or you can have plus
or minus.
Okay.
So when you do that for this candidate, he doesn't fall below 50%, which makes him the likely winner of the election because of the concept of margin of error.
Musa, this is a bold and big declaration you are making.
It's the polling data.
Yeah, but it can also define your career, I guess.
Of course. Am I the only one to get things wrong for the first time as a pollster? No. But what I'm saying, now I'll give you the reason why this is like that.
Give us.
Look, in the last poll that we did, Esumedu was on what? 50%. Now he dropped to 47%. Bernard Beidou was on 44%, now 53%. Someone else is now 0. They've moved and allied themselves or undecided. Now, let's go here. It is important to understand that MPP must win New Wenchi big and very big. In the last poll we did, Esumedu was leading 77%, Beidou 23%. Today, Esumedu has dropped to 49%.
From 77.
And that is a problem. NDC has gone from 23 to 41%. It is very, very important. The only recovery we saw big for MPP is Apinaman, where it was almost tied last time. Now they've opened up some good 58% lead over 32%. So they have recovered in Apinaman, but the sharp drop in New Wenchi has made things worse. Now, the story doesn't end there. Look, among the 10 key electoral areas, let's see where MPP has gained and NDC has gained. NDC lost 23% in Saddam's. They lost 8% in Amanfrom. They gained 18% in Kusi. They lost 18% in Topreman. They lost just 2% in Kwame Kuma. They lost 70% in Apramai. They lost 11% in Bodua East. But they gained 38% in Takwasi. They gained 12% in Bodua West. And New Wenchi, they have gained 18%. MPP has lost 28% in New Wenchi. That is their World Bank.
Which is a place they should have.
They should have. They've lost 30% in Takwasi. They've lost 10% in Bodua West. They've lost 13% in Kwame Kuma. They've lost 29% in Kusi. The only big gain they have made is in what? Saddam's, which is one of the smallest compared to these big ones.
Now, I'm looking at NDC's biggest loss is 23%. That's in Saddam's.
Yes.
That's NDC's biggest loss, right?
Yes.
MPP's biggest loss is 29%.
But 28%, 30% in
there's even 30% in Takrasi.
But
so if you balance it up,
that 30% in Takrasi is less. It's a pale when compared to Wenchi. Because Wenchi is a World Bank.
It's a big.
So the 28% is huge than the 30% here.
Musa Dankwa, Executive Director of the Global Info Analytics, speaking to Umaru Sanda Amadou on his latest, where he says that the NDC and the NDC's candidates for the Aquatia by-election is likely to win with some 53% ahead of Tuesday's by-election. Let's go to the phone line and speak to Haruna Mohammed, Deputy General Secretary of the MPP in charge of operations. Haruna, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, Samuel.
This must be worrying to the MPP.
Not at all.
Not at all. What exactly do you mean? Because Musa Dankwa in his Global Info Analytics predict a win for the NDC 53%.
The key word here is predict. And the summary of the presentation are on ifs. What about if the if is not ifing? It's a good thing for him. He's been making polls. But I'm assuring you that we'll disappoint him this time. But the key issues that underlie every research is not sacrosanct, and he always have margin of errors. So I don't know the margin of error that he would put to it. And usually margin of errors ranges between 3 to 5%. And if his margin of error is 3, add 3 to 47, or add 5 to 47, and take that from the other. So it can still be within the research range, but I'm telling you confident that we will not win less than what NSQ got, and that is 52%. We will not win less than that.
You mean you've done your own research, your own analysis, and this is what the outcome is?
Researches are always being conducted, and researches changes over time. As he has done it, maybe by Monday, if you do another research, you get a different result. So I'm not challenging his research. All research are based on ifs. And I'm telling you that if the if doesn't work, then the reality comes in. So they are not sacrosanct. We will prove him wrong in this particular instance because the MPP is winning the seat hands down.
How confident are you that the MPP is winning the seat? You've been on the ground, so I'm sure you see things differently.
I have been here for more than 1 week. I have been here for more than 1 week. And I'm telling you that we are going to win the seat. The challenges that are there are the issues that we are tackling. And the strategy that we are putting in will certainly give us that results.
Musa Dankwa's work says that your stronghold, which is the New Wenchi, MPP is losing grounds there. You are on the ground. Are you observing that? Is that what you're observing?
I don't know which of the grounds he's talking about in New Wenchi. I have been in Wenchi. I have done door to door. And we have done more than half of New Wenchi. We have 10 polling stations in New Wenchi and digitally 5 polling centers because of the groupings. And that can give you close to 6,000 votes. So I don't know which grounds he's talking about. I have been here. I stay here. I do most of the work here. I move from Wenchi. I go to Swabe. I go to Kusi. I move to Takrasi. I come back here. I do a lot of work around. And I don't know which Wenchi he's talking about. Takrasi is a stronghold of the NDC. That's where the candidate is coming. I can give you all the underlying effects of all these communities and the areas that I'm working in. And if certainly he said that we are not holding on to Wenchi, then it means that
His research also says that 7% of voters who voted for Scooby in the last election have decided or will not disclose whether they will vote for the NPP's candidate or not. And he also says that about 24% of persons who voted for Scooby in the last election have decided to vote for the NDC's candidate in this by-election. This should be one for the NPP.
This is a perception. I cannot confirm that because I have not run that same research as he has done, and I'm not the variables that he has used is not available to me. I cannot test them because I should be able to test the variables and also get either the same or similar results, but I don't have those particular variables. And at this point in time, we are dealing with reality. So that's what I'm saying that we are going to produce a different result from what he has put out there. We will challenge him and we are going to win the seat because the seat is not going anywhere.
MPP is retaining this seat despite the strong force that is coming in from the NDC.
We have shown strong force in Asin. We have shown strong force in Asin.
Yes, you showed a strong. You did in Asin, but yet you didn't.
We went there with development. We went there with electrification. We went there with other road projects that were ongoing. We did a number of things. Nothing of that sort is being done here. What the people know, the miners know, is that the prices of gold items have not reduced in the world markets. The NDC, at the time we were leaving office, they were selling at 13,000. Now they are selling at 7,800. It remains unchanged. They are saying that they will come and buy them with 500 Ghana cedis per each voter. We are waiting. We have our own strategy, and the people will certainly vote for the MPP. Solomon will win because Solomon has touched the lives of the youth, the young people, and several communities. Solomon is coming from the Bodia community, which is attached to Aquatia. That is the NDC's nightmare. That is their stronghold. And when they beat us 900, 800, put together, UNG alone will come with a voter difference of more than 3,000 to come and wipe it off. So I don't know what exactly. We have our data. I'm not going to put it out there, but I'm telling you confidently that we are going to retain the seats.
Are you also putting together a system where you can be able to collect your own results even before the Electoral Commission comes out to announce it like you've been doing all the time?
Yes, I don't think that we are going to move away from that. When it comes to coalition in Ghana, we are grade one. When it comes to coalition, and we will certainly do same. We did that, and Dr. Bauria came out very early to concede defeat because we have had a robust system of coalition, and we are going to use the same thing. And that is why in their conference, I advised them and asked them that they come and we teach them how to coordinate. I've always heard my brother talking about they are doing training. You see, victory has a lot of friends, and anything, even if you slap somebody and at the end of the day you win elections, you think that was the best strategy. When they were going to the Supreme Court for the election petition, they gathered themselves and went, and then they did all that they could. They could not even get results for Aquatia to even put before the courts of Ghana. Today, because they have won elections, God has been so kind to them. They say they think that everything is right with them. They will laugh at the wrong side of their mouth. We are really miss it.
What has been your campaign message? Sympathy?
Oh, well, death is death. People could consider to use sympathy as one of the core factors. But Sami, what is very important is that we have just left government 8 months ago. The various development projects that we have done is still fresh in the minds of the people. And the NDC looking at them, in their 2025 budget, there has not been any single project that has been put up to be developed within the Aquatia constituency. In the Big Push project for the mid-year budget, they have not put up anything for the good people of Aquatia. So it tells you that the NDC doesn't even have the Aquatia people in mind. And nothing of that sort has been done. Everybody in this country knows that when there is by-election that is coming, people always say that governments are doing this, governments are doing that. Aquatia is the only place that we are having by-election. The NDC is thinking about using money that they have deducted or saved from their hard-earned money that they should have paid to them, that they are going to use it to bribe them for them to pay.
Hannah, don't you think, sorry to cut in, but don't you think the NDC or the government is taking lessons from previous instance where because of a by-election you see development overnight and yet the people there will not vote for the incumbent party or the party in government. So the NDC is taking a cue from this.
When you ask the deputy director of election and IT, where the government is continuous, they were doing some certain things that the government of the MPP had left behind. Okay, they were continuing with such particular development project, and he was asked. He said that governance is continuous. All the development projects, all the road projects and hospital projects that we were doing were not projects that we started in the by-election. For example, if you go to Kumo, the Kumo hospital was started by the NDC. We came and completed it within the by-election period. Does it tell you that we had started a development project at that time? So are you telling me, or are they telling us that there were no development projects that started and are not continuing now? Why are they not interested to develop the good people, to develop Aquatia for the good people of Aquatia? Why are they not interested in putting that in the budget of the NDC? Why didn't they put it in the reviewed budget as well as the big push? They don't have any plan for them. So certainly for 1 year, for one calendar year, they don't have anything for the good people of Aquatia. And third, if you look at the candidate that we have put through, he's an entrepreneur. He has several companies, the new mining company, where he has employed the multitude of people, close to 2,000, 3,000 people are working under him. He has touched several homes, and he has done so many youth-centered projects that are still in the minds of the people who are voting, whether MPP or NDC. They are within the company and they are working. So it tells you that the MPP have the greatest opportunity to win, because this is an election that we have won, and this is an election that the NDC is putting somebody who thought that the NDC candidate had won against Elesconi. They were going to court here and there, and then at the end of the day, God has called the other candidate. Now we are going for by-election. That same lawyer who was going for the person he said he has won would have waited and said that, okay, since you had won for the election, we are not going for primaries, the person should go. The lawyer came and contested against that person and used money under the influence of the national party and the government of the NDC to unseat that particular candidate. That confirms the fact that the person was not even fit and legitimate enough to even compete with Elesconi. And that tells you also in humanitarian ground, he's a Judas. This is somebody.
No, hold on. How is he a Judas? The NDC hold on. The NDC open nomination said persons who are interested in contesting the party's parliamentary primary should put their foot forward. The gentleman comes in. Remember that he was also a constituency secretary. He qualifies, he ticks all the boxes and says, I want to contest despite whatever. Why would you want to describe me as Judas? Because he was a lawyer for the candidate. He has no right to contest in an election which is supposed to be an open contest.
He has no emotional intelligence. That is what he lacks. He lacks emotional intelligence. And if you analyze it and review it over and over again, you will get to understand that even if the MP gets to Parliament and they give the property on funds for Aquatia, he can divert such funds for his own personal interest. He views his own person that he thinks that the position should rather be him, not his client.
Is that the MPP's campaign message in Aquatia?
I am just telling you, I'm telling you how he lacks emotional intelligence. If somebody can lead you to court, says that this thing belongs to you, and later comes to step in your foot and say that he is rather fit, and pushes you away and he's standing there, put yourself and analyze it on humanitarian grounds. Such a person can anytime take what doesn't belong to him, even if he's fighting on the cause of the larger population. He can deceive all of you and then take it at behind. So that's why I'm calling it Judas.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Haruna Mohammed, Deputy General Secretary of the MPP in charge of operations. Let's go on to the other line and speak to Rashid Tanko Computer, Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC. Good evening. Thank you very much for your time. I remember when we spoke on the point of view on Monday, you were confident that the NDC was going to win the Aquatia by-election. The latest poll by the Global Info Analytics, led by Musa Dankwa, says that the NDC and your candidates will win the election by some 53%. This must be good news for you.
Very well. Let me say good evening to you and your cherished listeners. Yes, we have. It's an indication of our work that we have put in place in the constituency. Since Monday, we've been in the constituency, we zone it, we are working accordingly. Our teams are all over the place, and our strategy is top-notch, and our deployment strategy is top-notch. So everything is working well for us, and I can assure you we are going to win the election come Tuesday. We are going to win massively. Let's know, come Tuesday.
You win more than the 53% as the Global Info Analytics is projecting?
That is what we are working towards. Actually, this is an indication that whatever we are doing is getting results. And then we will continue that. We still have some few days more to go. We are going to increase even our presence in some of the areas, because we are making sure that the good works of the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is being sold to the people, and they are buying it. We tell them what we are doing, and they themselves are living testimonies, and they are responding appropriately. So we are not surprised with the turn of events, and we are going to build on that and make sure that we are not going to leave any stone unturned. We are going to make sure that we defeat MPP and give them a heavy defeat come Tuesday. That is what we are working towards.
The accusation from the MPP is that you are buying votes in Aquatia instead of telling them what you will do, or the campaign message being about development and the rest. The NDC has resorted to buying of votes. Is that the case?
Let me tell you, they sit in Accra and they will be doing press conferences. Instead of them to come to the constituency and see to themselves what is going on, they are there holding press conferences. So the press conference they held on Wednesday saying that we're training tax. When we show them evidence of the training we're doing, training our party agents and officials who are going to man the polling stations for us, we show them evidence. The police were there. We train them at places of where people can see them publicly, churches and school blocks. We defeated their press conference. That is the kind of thing they are doing. Propaganda. Now, when we defeated them on that part, then they now claim that we are buying votes. Do you see NDC pulling bulldozers and then the excavators or anything to the constituency just to deceive them? Because of by-election, we are coming to do this. We are not like them. You saw what happened at Kulau. You saw what happened at Asimov. We are not like them. We are talking to the people. We are meeting them in their marketplace, in their homes. And they themselves are telling us that they used to buy a bag of rice at 1,000 Ghana cedis. Now they can get it at 600. You know better Ghana, this agenda they are enjoying. People are living testimony of the good works of the NDC. And then, when they saw that things are not going on well, to sympathize with them in their own funeral, they attack our leadership there. This is the group we are dealing with. And I'm happy the police saw everything. And they have to now step up their game, because this group of people, they don't like peace.
They don't like... Ashid, thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
They don't like peace. It's not a fact. I'm giving you an indication. Didn't you see the video? Our leaders went for their funeral today. We are all mourning because the gentleman was a state asset. He was an MP. Although we're challenging it in court. Just like our MP and other senior officers who lost their life. The MPP came and participated in our funerals throughout the country. The national one that we did at the Independence Square, they came in, all their leaders were there. Nobody raised a finger against any of their officers. But today, at their place, in that constituency where they are dominated, that community known as Wenchi, where the funeral was held today, our leadership, led by our national chairman, was attacked by MPP hoodlums in even the funeral grounds. And you describe these people as peaceful people. In fact, this will even if they can deploy all manner of security on that day to just protect everybody to come in. We can't trust them. They have just shown their colors today. But
the Ghana Police Service says they will provide the needed security, and so at least be rest assured.
The NPP said they don't trust them. They have exhibited that one in the funeral today. We want the media and the whole general public to see who they are. That when we are talking of peace, NPP don't want peace. These are the kind of people who come on a platform and be crying foul. And yet they go and be exhibiting this kind of behavior. Even to a funeral ground, you are still exhibiting this kind of behavior. What is that?
Rashid, thank you very much for your time. Rashid Tanko Computer, Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC, National Democratic Congress. Meanwhile, the Ghana Police Service has announced a comprehensive security strategy to ensure that the Tuesday by-election is violent-free. Let's hear DCOP Vance Gariba, Director General of Police Operations.
Any other person will be allowed at the collation center. If you are not accredited to be at the collation center, please do not, I repeat, do not venture to appear at the collation center. We have also earmarked certain security strategies to prevent people from exercising unconstitutional rights, and that is motorbikes, the use of motorbikes. We may not infringe upon people's rights, preventing them from riding their motorbikes. However, these motorbikes will only be entertained 100 meters away from the polling stations, and we will not encourage pillion riders during this period where we have the by-elections. I want to add that the Inspector General of Police has announced zero tolerance for weapons. What it means is that even VVIP and bodyguards to ministers, parliamentarians will not be allowed to carry their sidearms or weapons into the polling stations. They may have to hand over their weapons at the police stations, then they can accompany them into the inner perimeter of the police stations. On the other hand, they may not be allowed to accompany them. They may stand 100 meters away from the polling station and wait for their principals. Once they exercise whatever they are supposed to do, they come and they can escort their principals and provide whatever security they intend to provide for them. The Inspector General of Police has announced the deployment of what we call the Black Maria. The Black Maria is a specialized purpose vehicle that we are going to use to accommodate miscreants who intend to create any mayhem or cause confusion during the elections. So when you see the Black Maria around, don't be afraid, provided you are not going to cause any confusion or cause any violence during this electoral process. We want to also inform you that we have technology-enabled capabilities that we are going to deploy. This includes CCTV, body cameras, and we also fly some drones. These are all capabilities that we are going to deploy to help us ensure maximum and adequate security for these by-elections. I must also caution of misinformation and disinformation. It is very important that the media and those on social media, that if you are in doubt, the command center will be opened all through round during this electoral process. You may come here and cross-check with any information that you are not too sure of. So we want to caution the media as well as those on social media that whatever information they publicize should be facts that have been cross-checked and rechecked and cross-checked before they publicize them. This is to help us to be able to ensure that the media space is sanitized. It's only the facts that are reported. Let me also indicate that the military will be only on standby As and when we need them, then we will deploy them. But if we don't need the military, we will not request for the deployment of the military. So they are only going to be on standby. Once again, I want to reassure all the good people of Aquatia that they should come out in their numbers and exercise their franchise. The Ghana Police Service will continue to reassure them of their safety and security during this period.
DCOP Vance Gariba, Deputy Director General of the Police Operations, speaking to journalists in Aquatia on strategies the police have put in place to ensure that Tuesday's by-election is violent-free. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami. We are here tonight. I'm here with Eno Saf. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more stories for you.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket, or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
And let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Like a fiesta on my side, I'm all wrapped up, and all I think about is my pay. I get classic, I get blooded, I get stronger, also fruity. Of course, all not to take me longer, still just scheme, oh no. All I need is my extra thing, doing so big. So before the glow up, and keep the vibe 100 with no party packs. Fiesta, fiesta, wrap it up.
Wrap it up with Fiesta condoms. Comes in 9 different variants to spice up your game. Available in any pharmacy near you.
Prevents STIs and unintended pregnancy when used correctly.
This advert is FDA approved.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami. We are here, and tonight I'm here with Eno Safo. Let's read some of your WhatsApp messages. Abu National Inwa says, whoever MPP elects as a flag bearer, they will still lose the 2028 general election. If you think you are a man, go to Aquatia with a gun or weapon. You will smell pepper. Tia from Northeast region says, the MPP in Aquatia by election should relax and start off thinking of shaping the party's anomalies. Aquatia by-election will not favor them. Daniel in Sandema says all parties involved in the upcoming Aquatia by-election should conduct their politics with the highest level of decorum. Let us put Ghana first, protect our democracy and safeguard the peace and stability that defines us as a country. Nothing must be done to tarnish the image of this country. Jones Adoboy in La says, considering the good works of President John Dramani Mahama, Musa Dankwa's work just came to confirm that Ghanaians are breathing a new sigh of relief. Mausi in the Volta region says, I support Musa Dankwa's projection for Aquatia upcoming election. The analysis predicts a win for the NDC. That is what we expect. Prof Intema says, I've been waiting to hear the MPP tell us what they did in Aquatia over the last 8 years. Unfortunately, they are talking about what they do, what rather they did whilst in opposition. Okay, that is, has some more stories.
8 men who participated in violent disturbances during the Ablekuma North election rerun in 19 polling stations have been convicted and sentenced by the Accra Circuit Court. They have each been fined 500 penalty units or in default serve a 24-month prison term on all 4 counts. The presiding judge, Isaac Addo, noted that the convicts showed remorse and did not waste the court's time. After pleading guilty to the charges, they were convicted on charges of conspiracy to commit a crime, to wit assault, and 3 counts of assault. Checks by Citi News revealed that some other individuals captured during the incident were noticeably absent from the court's proceedings. Counsel for the convicts, Omar Nuhu, spoke to Citi News after proceedings.
Well, as a political party, we believe in data. Since we began the campaign last week, we put in a lot of effort.
The legal system has a culture of considering the circumstances surrounding any allegation before the judge would pass the sentence. Now, these are people, young men who acted under the heat of political passion, with opponents who are yet to be brought to book. And so, and again, when they were arrested, they cooperated fully with police throughout the investigations, which eventually culminated into they being brought to court. And they came to plead guilty simplicity. By so doing, they did not waste the resources of the state. You get it, and the court itself, and in terms of time and other resources that would have been permitted to try them. These are all what we call mitigating factors in law. So when you have these, and again, people with the fact that these are very young men who are first-time offenders, and many other such extenuating factors, which the court will usually consider before passing the judgment. So for us, we think that the court considered all these with proper consideration as mentioned by the judge before passing the judgment.
Omar Nuhu is lawyer for the 8 people convicted for their involvement in violence that marred the Ablekuma North rerun election.
Let's go to the phone and speak to Richard Komodo, who is a security analyst. Rich, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Are you surprised at this conviction?
Definitely yes or no. There's a fine line between what crime investigators should do and what prosecutors should do. If we want crime to be curtailed and we want it to be prosecuted, then the role of the judiciary or the justice system is key. To the extent that the investigators have done their job and they presented the case to the court, this is the outcome of the court. We will need to assess it and find out whether it serves purpose or not. Other than that, each individual have the right to disagree with the court, but this is the decision of the court.
There are many who have said that this is not punitive enough.
I can understand. This is the first time in a very long time that the police have gone to court and not the Attorney General. They had a permission from the Attorney General to go to court. For we as investigators and for we within the law enforcement agencies, particularly consultants like us, we were glad the police investigated, got the perpetrators and went to court. We do not have control over what the court will say. If the court has given custodial sentence, we would have been happy. If the court has fined a higher amount, we would have been happy. If the court has cautioned them, we would have been happy. But I want to believe that in this particular judgment, the court have cautioned them, and that is why when they show rumors, the amount was given to 6,000 or 8,000 per head. Going forward, we will need to match it against the nature of the crimes committed and what the determination of the court to be in subsequent matters.
Is it deterrent enough? Because if I commit such a crime and I'm just convicted on 6,000 cities, a lot of people will say this is cheap. Anybody can pay, and so it won't be deterrent enough.
Definitely, you have a point. I agree with you, because I've always believed that non-punishable offenses will always rationalize bad behavior and promote antisocial tendencies in society. Has the police done a good job? Yes. This is the first time in a very long time the police would have won a harsher punishment. I don't know in the wisdom of the court why they did what they did. But for us, from law enforcement point of view and for crime prevention point of view, if you read my new book on criminal behavior, you can understand why the justice system will somehow play in the manner the judgment has come out. But let's hope that going forward, public education and stiffer punishment goes out there, so that others who want to take the law into their own hands will be scared enough not to do so.
Aquatia by-election is on Tuesday. There are many who have said that in this, the expectation was that the judge or the court was going to announce a stiffer punishment, so it will deter others who may want to engage in similar acts as we prepare for the Aquatia by-election. Should those people be rest assured?
Now, I think what we need to be talking about, and the argument should be why aspects of our elections have become so violent, and who are those who perpetrate this violence, what motivates them, what is their desire. And so that should be, because we want to prevent crime, public education, awareness creation, and restraining people. Those are the tools we use. Arresting people and prosecute them are the very last one. So that I agree that people will say, yes, you can find people 6,000, then others will also take the law into their hands and they'll be fined 6,000. But my brother, cases are different. Circumstances are different. Today somebody might avoid going for 24 years or 24 months and might be fined 6,000, but yours might even be lesser offense. And in the judgment of the court, the gravity and the circumstance and what and where you did what could attract a custodial sentence. So let nobody rationalize this. I think we need to be humane. We need to be guided by conscience and know that elections are to select people into political office and not a civil war. That is the position I'll go for.
As you mentioned earlier, elections in Ghana are gradually being characterized by violence, and as Aquatia approaches on Tuesday, the Ghana Police Service has given the assurance and rolled out a comprehensive security strategy to ensure that the election is incident-free. From where you sit, what else can we do to ensure that we don't record the violence that we record in elections in Ghana?
I'm the founder of Independent Election Security and Compliance Watches. So somewhere in July, 14th to 18th July, I was at Aquatia to do what we call election security risk assessment. As for the police, they also came to do what the military would have called wrecking. And I believe they picked out the mappings, they've done the vulnerability risk assessment, and that is why you all know the IGP met with the political parties to address some of the concerns he has. He promised that he's going to Aquatia with 5,000 men. Aquatia has 119 police stations, so I believe you need to pair each police station with 30 people. He will still have about 2,000 men at his disposal. But then again, for you to have a successful election without skirmishes or without hiccups, there are 3 people involved. The electoral commission must discharge their statutory duties. If we get to Aquatia and machines don't come, or the machines come and they are not working, that is not the work of the police. If we get to Aquatia and there's voter displacement, that is not the work of the police. It will lead to agitation. If by close of polls, coalition of results and declaring same, there are distortions and discrepancies and duplications, then that is not the work of the police. What the police want to do predominantly is to create a safer environment for voters predominantly to cast their vote. Then for politicians who also perform police station duties to also be up and doing. It has always been the case that the third group, which is the politicians in the equation, they will never do their work. They bastardize the whole process, create all manner of problems, and they blame everybody. I am saying that it's a shared responsibility. IGP has shown strength. Police have shown capability. their show readiness to deal with anybody who want to flat our laws. But is that the way we want to go? To be shooting and killing one another as the IGP has given command that shoot? I don't think we want to get there where our elections have become a civil war and we are shooting and killing one another. Let the electoral commission do their job. The police will be there, ready, preparedness to create a safer environment for voters and for the electoral officers to do their job in terms of coalition results and declaring safe. Let the politicians behave themselves and let them perform their statutory function, police station duty. That is the only thing we are asking from them. And by Monday, when campaign is over, let everybody be calm and let this election come apart.
My final question. The Ghana Police Service at this briefing today says there's no way they are going to bring the military in. They only bring the military in when the situation over them, as they say locally. But then many have also said that with the recent incident that we are recording, the military must be involved or be a part of our electoral system to restore.
When we came from Ablekuma, one of the accusations against the police is that the police officers do not have arms. They are smaller in number. You saw the reaction from the police, 5,000 men. And when you show what they demonstrated, these are not the first line, first responders of the police. The police have brought in the specialized forces. I'm talking about the counter-terrorism unit, the SWAT unit, the Buffalo unit, and the other one. They have one other one, the striking force. So these are the forces. These ones are trained like the military. They are Marines and they are commandos in police uniform. Their main preoccupation is to shoot and kill when they observe a threat. So we should be careful what we are asking for. I've always been advising people, the police are special units that are trained like the military. If you are asking for them to come, they will come with AK-47 and they will shoot and kill. So that is why you saw you heard what the IGP said, and you saw the demonstrations they showed 2 weeks ago or last week. I'm thinking that elections are civil, people should behave themselves, let us be orderly, let us act in a manner that dictates that we have brains in our head and we are reasonable enough. Let's not be asking for confusion and trouble. They will shoot and kill. And I don't think that is where we have to get to. So if they are asking for military, the ones they are coming, they are militarized. They are trained like special forces and commandos. And those are the 5,000 people the IGP is saying that is going to bring them to Aquatia.
Richard, thank you very much for your time. Richard Commodore is a security consultant. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll do Citi Business News.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM. Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Mumu or card if you are abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Channel 1 TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Before the end of this year, some significant improvement would have been noticed on that road. And it's not going to be a 9-day wonder. He's back to site to continue with the project.
Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
A lot of responsibility rests on the shoulders of African leaders to create an environment that is conducive to trade and investment. We wish to partner with any nation of the world.
Channel 1 Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation.
Everything in this world is subject to abuse. And that's why there are checks and balances. That's why you have to also go to court and do...
From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
People normally enter the boats without the life jackets. We believe strongly that if they were wearing life jackets, their lives would have been saved.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
I thought I should contain myself. But he should be careful. He did not win the election on merit. The NDC won the Asokwa election by default. For whatever reason, we, the MPP, we decided to hand over power later.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change. Catch CNR on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ah, Ugomi, and what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so
this is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it will protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind says be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my go be fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you handle my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
And Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens. Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inosaf. Let's settle for the details. The Trade Union Congress of Ghana is piling pressure on the government to act swiftly on the country's ballooning debt, now pegged at over 800 billion cedis. The Congress warns that the unsustainable debt is draining resources and robbing citizens of critical infrastructure and development. Presenting a petition to the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat in Accra, TUC Secretary General Joshua Ansah cautioned that workers will remain passive. He stressed that if immediate steps are not taken, the union will be forced to adopt what he called drastic measures to press home their demand.
Over centuries. Today, we want to announce our presence to the government of Ghana through ACTA that if nothing is done about our debt, which is denying us of better schools, better hospitals, and so many amenities, Ghanaians are going to advise itself in this behavior. So we are here just to present our petition to the trade so that they can also see what the unions are after in Africa. Viva Africa! Viva!
You heard Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress Joshua Ansah. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen has called for a more equitable approach to managing Africa's mounting debt, which he said has now surpassed $1.3 trillion. Dr. Forsen made the remarks in Accra after receiving a petition from the African Regional Organization, or the International Trade Union Confederation, and the Trade Union Congress Ghana, who are campaigning for the full cancellation of Africa's debt.
As at end 2024, 23 African countries were experiencing high debt distress. 23. 3 of the 23 have either defaulted or sought a formal debt restructuring, and Ghana happens to be one of them. Let me state that in the case of Ghana, we saw an unsustainable debt situation in the year 2022, and as a result, at the time, our debt was in excess of 100% of our GDP. We had to go through a very painful debt restructuring.
You heard Finance Minister Dr. Cassiel Atto-Forson. The Bank of Ghana has officially designated digital credit services as a non-bank financial service under the first schedule of the Non-Bank Financial Institutions Act 2008. In a notice issued on Friday, the central bank explained that the move forms part of ongoing efforts to broaden access to the financial system and promote financial inclusion across the country. The bank clarified, however, that the designation does not amount to an automatic license for all entities currently operating under the law to provide digital credit services. The development signals the central bank's intent to formalize and regulate the fast-growing digital lending space. Away from that, the National Insurance Commission says it will continue to support insurance companies to increase penetration and make insurance more accessible to the average Ghanaian. Its acting Commissioner General, Dr. Abiba Zakaria, believes stronger collaboration with industry players remains the key to driving insurance uptake.
The NIC boss made the remarks at the launch of the Salam Alliance Financial Education Campaign, an initiative that seeks to promote financial literacy through insurance awareness across the country.
We've spoken to them to understand the kind of product we should design for them and how flexible and how to make the product as a part, to be a part of their life as their everyday life. So we have been engaging them in those conversations. We've engaged the insurance industry on the direction that we are taking, and we are happy to see that Salam is following in the lead that we are taking. And we expect that other insurance companies to also join soon, because we believe as an industry that meeting the security and financial needs of this country is our responsibility, and we are happy to support in that direction.
CEO of Salam Alliance, Dr. Taria Ben Ahmed, noted that the company will intensify efforts to close the financial protection gap through sustained and enhanced public education.
I believe that an important step is to embark on this education, which we call the financial education program, which is we're going to roll it out for 3 months running, and depending on the outcome, we'll actually do it again in future. We are not seeking to do this alone. That is why we collaborated with the National Insurance Commission. We collaborated with the Ghana Insurance Association. We collaborated with the Insurance Awareness Coordinators Group. We have collaborated with the Charter Insurance Institute of Ghana. We are in conversation with the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana, because we are not the first to start this. The industry has been on this journey, but we find it necessary as Salam Alliance, with the support of Salam Alliance Group, to be able to support financial education in Ghana to improve insurance awareness, insurance trust, and confidence in insurance.
You heard the CEO of Salam Alliance, Dr. Taria Ben Ahmed, ending Ni Late's report. Now, Wheat Power Authority recorded a total revenue of $139.7 million from energy dispatch in 2024, slightly above its target of $139.5 million. The figure, however, marked an 11.1% drop from the previous year, reflecting reduced generation caused by lower inflows into the reservoir. Speaking at the company's annual general meeting, Acting Chief Executive Officer of Wheat Power Authority, Engineer Cole Eduakwasam, said despite the revenue decline, tighter cost controls also increased.
We exceeded our annual generation by 1%, which is actually 1,348 gigawatt hours. Our plants achieved 93% availability and starting reliability of 99.07%, which is a credit to our dedicated management and staff. Financially, we delivered a net profit of $64.5 million, which is far above the targeted $33.6 million, almost a double of that. BPA's net worth increased by 9.2% over the previous year, so achieved a net worth of $755.2 million in the year 2024. However, our accounts receivable increased from 746 in the previous year to over $860 million, which is an area we have to keep an eye on so that we don't strain our business.
Engineer Cole Eduakwasam is Acting Chief Executive Officer of Bui Power Authority. Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition Richard John Mensah, speaking on behalf of the sector minister, reaffirmed the government's commitment to addressing systemic challenges facing the Bui Power Authority.
The ministry recognizes the liquidity constraints Bui Power Authority faces. And when I looked into your report, I saw you are generating so high, but your receivables or receipts are lying down there, which shows that definitely your liquidity will be affected. So we recognize this constraint, and the Minister of Finance is also here, so I believe you've also seen the performance, how it is going. So as the generation is going up, as stakeholders, the Ministry, Finance, SIGA, how we are going to help them to make sure that their receipts match up with their generation. It's a collective responsibility, but the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition is going to lead that. We remain committed to working with the Ministry of Finance and other stakeholders to address a systematic issue.
Richard John Mensah is Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition, ending the City Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inu Safo. Up next is Points Blank.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds, "Hello, Kwame." You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our Express Points to EcoBank Pay, online banking and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change. Powered by EcoBank. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so
this is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open it.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244-644048. I repeat, or call 0244-644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Citi 97.3 FM. And this is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. Point Blank is co-sponsored by Valex Lease Equip Limited. Valex Lease Affordable Document Management Solutions. As you are aware, on Tuesday, the people of the Aquatia constituency will vote to elect a new member of parliament following the demise of the incumbent member of parliament for the area, Ernest Kumi. On Point Blank tonight, my colleague Umaru Sanda Amadou engaged a former member of parliament for the Aquatia constituency, Baba Jamal, a former deputy minister of information as well, on the dynamics in the Aquatia constituency and what to expect on Tuesday, the 2nd of September.
I still remember your vetting when you were going for deputy minister position like yesterday. I remember when Oseche Mensah Bosu asked you what your ethnicity was, and you said you were half Fulani and half Moshi. I remember watching that vetting from the village. And yes, and when we started talking about Aquatia and the news emerged that Aquatia has a lot of non-accounts, I remember referencing that, well, their former MP, Baba Jamal, is half Fulani, half Moshi man. So talk to us about Aquatia constituency for people who want to know what the constituency was about before we talk about your role when you became an MP, why you didn't go back and all of those matters, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Talking about my lineage, Moshi Fulani, Amanda is also Fanti, Moshi, so I also am somehow Fanti, and then but an indigenous of Aquatia because my grandparents, the Moshi, settled in Aquatia some 200 years ago, and for that matter have been part and parcel of the development of Aquatia. So when you come to Aquatia, there are a lot of Moshis, there are a lot of Kotokolis. In fact, giving you the statistics of the place, Aquatia is made up of 51% non-account. 51%.
Non-achim.
Non-accounts, yes. 22% is Ewe. Ewes form 22% of the area.
Okay.
And then 16.2 are the Zongo people, those who are settled in the various Zongos. And then others, when you put them together, in fact, accounts form 49.1% of the area. So this is the, demography of the Aquatia constituency. And when you come to places like Aquatia, Aquatia is the biggest town, which controls close to about 22% of the entire vote. You add Boedua to it. Boedua has close to about 7,000 votes. And then, and Boedua, for example, has less than 20% account. Yeah, the Zongos, the Ewes, the Frafres, and other northern extraction people. So when you come to Aquatia, the demography and the dynamics of Aquatia is a bit different. That's why you see that the seat continue to swing, because the Akam population is largely MPP. The non-accounts are largely NDC. So anytime there is unity in the front of one, then they are likely to win the elections. Where you have division in front of the other party, then you are not going to have it easy. That party will definitely lose. And when you look at the history of Aquatia, from 1996, when we say we had competitive elections there, 1992 was NDC, but there was no competition. 1996, the competition was between NDC and MPP. NDC won overwhelmingly because that time there was that boom in diamonds, and a lot more in the non-indigens joined us in Aquatia. So NDC became the most popular party in Aquatia. Now, in 2000, but by the time 1996, some incident happened in Aquatia. If you ask any Aquatia person, they call it Wawa. Some 6 policemen were attacked in Aquatia and beaten, and even I think one died. I think one died. So the police and the military came with a combined force and attacked the people of Aquatia and really arrested more than 2,000 people and brought them to Accra. So a lot of the non-indigenous left the town. So when they left the town, the NDC majority came down very heavily. That was the one factor that reduced NDC's domination of Aquatia. The second factor was there's a town called Wenchi. Wenchi is about the third largest town in Aquatia constituency. Aquatia constituency has, in fact, traditionally, has 5 dasibres. When we say dasibre, they are higher than just Nana or Chief. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Are you following?
I'm following, Alaji.
Yes. When you come to Aquatia, we have 5 Osaberima and 1 dasibre. The Wenchi town, the Osaberima is above Berima. From Berima, you are from Nana, you go to Berima. From Berima, you go to Osaberima. From Osaberima, you go to Dasibre before Ochehini. So Aquatia alone has 5 Osaberimas. And so it tells you that the communities are a bit huge. And then we have one big Dasibre who is there next in terms of the position to the Ochehine. That is the Dasibre in Wenchi. So Wenchi used to be NDC until 2000. Because that is a place where by then they have never had any MP from anywhere. Then one of them, Kingston Kisi, decided to contest. So the support from Wenchi for NDC went down to 0. And that was the year I contested. So I contested with Kisi. And because that place had close to about 4,000-5,000 votes, so the whole town turned. And that is the place where now, even where we used to have 3,000, 4,000 votes, we now were having less than 200, 300 votes. So it tells you that the whole town turned in favor of MPP.
The whole of the Wenchi town.
The whole of the Wenchi town. A very huge community.
Because the MPP's candidate was from that constituency in this 2000.
From that place. And yes, in 2000. And this is a place where NDC was winning massively with differences of 3,000, 2,000 difference. But when the Kingston Kisi decided to contest from there, he was able to, because he was a powerful person in that town. So he turned around the votes from NDC to MPP. So now, that is how come now the difference between the two parties became very close. And so he won in 2000, he won in 2004, and in 2008, that was when we had the 6 polling stations, where there was that problem with the ballot boxes, and we went in for the 6 polling stations, and finally, eventually, Kofi Asare, the late Kofi Asare also won, because Kofi Asare got, then people then decided that strategically they will pick all their candidates from Wenchi. So they picked Kingston Akume from Wenchi. They picked Dr. Kofi Asare after Kesi did 2 terms, and then Kofi Asare came and did 1 term. But I beat him in 2012 and became the MP with a very little margin of 571.
Wow.
That's how close the vote was. So when I won, then, you see, like I was telling you, when there's confusion between any of the parties, the other one wins. So my party, we had some little leadership, executive problems where people were thinking that Baba Jama was not giving them the opportunity to do what they want. They thought that the monies I took from government, I should be sharing it instead of doing development projects with it. But I can proudly say that during my term, I just saw monumental development, seriously. And when you go down there, you let your people do that investigation. So during my term that we had the district, Aquatia left Kedi and became a district, and then that district was called the Nchambo district. It was my time that we got a huge marketplace at Aquatia. We got all the roads done. We got a huge project, $165 million water project, where I personally worked on this E-block in Takrasi. We provided Wenchi with water. We provided Apinaman with water. We did more than 13 chip centers, over 11 block bridges. So generally, we saw a huge development during that time. Unfortunately, because of that confusion, the next election I lost. And when I lost, then came in Amase. Then when Amase also became MP, she also had some internal problem with her people. And that is how she had a problem with the women organizer, national women organizer of the MPP, and so they also had their problem. And that is how come NDC also won, because when I lost, I decided that I would change constituency. I'm not coming to Aquatia again. So I moved to Ayawaso East. You understand?
Yes.
And then, so a new candidate came, which is the former MP, Henry Boachi, who is popularly known as Okoyo. So when Okoyo came, Okoyo had also was lucky because there was a confusion in the MPP. And then they decided to go and choose an Eskumi. So when they selected an Eskumi, now they lost the election very narrowly. Okoyo beat them with a difference of 1,157.
Because Amase and Eskumi were not working together.
We're not in good terms. Yes, we're not in good terms. Like I told you from the very beginning, anytime you have confusion in one of the parties, that party is likely. So that confusion also resulted in Eskumi losing. Then came 2024, when that confusion came between that time. I can say that there was both unity on both sides. NDC was united, MPP was united. So it was a very difficult election, and that problem came and it resulted in court. And finally, unfortunately, Eskumi, we lost Eskumi. So generally, this is the dynamics of Aquatia. Whoever knows Aquatia, this is the dynamics. Now, the interesting aspect of this game is that MPP at this time didn't select their candidate from Wenchi. They selected their candidate from the NDC stronghold, the strongest hold of NDC, which is Boedia. Boedia is where NDC sometimes can give MPP the difference of 3,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The difference. And it is the second biggest town in the whole constituency. Now, NDC, unfortunately, should I say, fortunately or unfortunately, selected the candidate from Takrasi, which is already a divided town between NDC and MPP.
Okay.
That place, always the difference is not too much between the two parties. So it is, I mean, if NDC wins that place, the difference is just always less than maybe 500. And then MPP also wins the place, the difference is also less than 500. So it is that type of town. But the only, I think that advantage the NDC has this time, and I'm speaking as somebody who is looking at the dynamics, openly, you understand?
Yes.
Because NDC is in government. The psyche that, your government is in power, and for that matter, you are likely to get more development if you vote for the NDC candidate is very high. Do you understand?
Yes.
That is very, very high.
Yeah.
And I think that has been the major trump card of the NDC while they go around to do their campaign. And I must also say that I am part of it because I'm also, of course, campaigning for our candidates. Do you understand? It's our trump card now. Now, when it comes to the MPP, the MPP's main, now they have Wenchi in their bag because Wenchi now is totally MPP.
Yes.
So whether a candidate comes from there or not, they have Wenchi in their bag. And that's why they've placed the 1 week celebration of the MP very close to the election. So it's happening on this weekend. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's in Wenchi, and so you can see how the motions will be whipped up to make sure that people still, go the MPP way. Now, they have now going to pick a candidate from Boedia, which is very dangerous for Aquatia, for NDC. Because that is where NDC's strongest hold is. And that's why all of us are not even going to the villages. We are concentrating more in Boedia. Some of us who are more, because the Boedia place is more of Zongos and Evers and people of northern extraction. Their accounts are very few. In fact, they are concentrated in an area called Ebom. When you come there, that's the only place you find that. When you go to that particular polling station, 2 polling stations, NPP wins always that place. But the rest, NDC virtually wins the whole place. So NDC will have to do more in Boedia. Because if Boedia shifts even 10% or 20% from our vote, we are in trouble. So they have now gone to pick their candidate from Boedia, and they are doing everything because the candidate is also a royal from Boedia, a very rich miner who is known by everybody in there. So that is why it becomes dicey now and becomes difficult to predict, because you are finding it difficult to know what will MPP do, how will Wenchi turn out. Wenchi, some of their voters are always outside, and they come and vote
during election period.
And that's why they place the funeral very close to the election, so that when people come for the funeral, they won't go back and vote. And that's what I suspect.
So they will stay.
Understand? They will stay. Now, but here too, NDC have a lot of people who are outside. We should be able to bring those people to come to vote. We should be able to galvanize Boedia to a very large extent. If we are able to maintain our votes in Boedia, then I can assure you we can win this election. If we are able to maintain our numbers in Boedia.
Okay, so I think you've explained this, and it's beautiful, and you have given us first an impartial analysis, and then you told us about your partiality, which has helped the discussion. So we understand all the key issues at play. You are suggesting to us that MPP does well in Wenchi, and is likely they may maintain that performance there. You have been doing well in Boedia. It is your prayer now that you do as well in Boedia, so that the other adjoining villages would come with their regular votes. But looking at the tradition, 96 you won, 92 you won, and then you lost it again until 2012 when you came, and then 2020. It means that pound for pound, Aquatia is really, if you were to put it on a balance, more blue than it is green as a result of the mass exodus of 96 that you talked about.
No, I am inclined to agree with you, because Aquatia is bluer than green. You understand? Aquatia, generally, when you look at all the towns that I mentioned who have the Osaberemes, apart from Aquatia, which is the major town, and Boedia, which is also very close to Aquatia, virtually have the same characteristics, but Boedia is where our strongest hold is. When you go to other big towns like Ejunase, is totally MPP. Apenamine, totally MPP. Come to Topramine, totally maybe 80-60% MPP. You go to Takoradi. Now, one of our hope as NDC is that Takoradi, having now gotten a candidate from there, will be able to give us more votes there. Do you understand? If they are also able to, go by their candidates and bring us more votes there, then that will also help our bid as NDC. Now you go to Wenchi is MPP, you go to Swabe MPP, you go to Kusi, very, very MPP. So most of the towns are MPP. And the only our places that we also control are the Camp, Estuboni, Amiaso, number 4. It is on one stretch. Then the Okumeni area where we have a lot of settlers, Fantis and Equiapim, and then on the rest. If we are able, and Kumeni is always with NDC, it's also another huge area. But unfortunately, The votes are smaller in the villages.
Okay.
The votes are smaller in the villages.
You've told us about the track record of the NPP candidate, a minor, their their current treasurer, and all of that.
Yes.
They selected him. The NPP selected him. They didn't elect him. Your party chose to do an election and not a selection. And when it came to it, the one who represented you once, he won for you in 2020 and has been challenging the 2024. He has lost that election to your party secretary. I don't know what you make of that dynamic, whether the fact that your former MP, who perhaps would be described as maybe more popular in recent times for you in the constituency, being replaced by your secretary, who may not be, I don't know. What do you make of that particular decision to go into an election and the outcome of the election and what that would mean on Tuesday?
Yes, if you ask me my candid opinion, I was not in support of any elections during any primaries. I was not in support. I thought that we should have maintained the status quo and go ahead to let the old candidates continue. But I think that other people thought otherwise. And we are in democracy, you understand? So the majority of the people will always carry the day, and so they carried the day. So now it is for us as NDC to work
Baba Jamal, former member of parliament for the Aquatia constituency and former deputy information minister. In that interview with Umaru Sanda Amadou on the upcoming Aquatia by-election slated for the 2nd of September 2025. Point Blank was co-sponsored by Valex Lease Equip Limited, Valex Lease Affordable Document Management Solutions. And this is where we draw the curtains down today's edition of Eyewitness News that came to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe. Earlier you heard in Osafu show produced by Beverly London, Kwabna Wilson, and Juliana Odami. So we come your way again on Monday. May the good Lord be with us all.